what is the power foods diet? And in this social media age where everything seems so polarized and conflicting, why is this the solution and not keto or paleo or intermittent fasting?
Sure. Well, it's a great question. Up until now, people who have wanted to lose weight have really tortured themselves. The idea is it's something about how much I'm eating, so I've got to eat a lot less. And for decades, people have said, well, maybe I should just count calories. And instead of 1,800 calories, which might be normal, I'm going to cut down to just 1,000 or 800. And that makes sense and you'll lose some weight. But first of all, it's really hard. I mean, by Wednesday, you're ready to eat the sofa. Secondly, it could set you up to binge. Third, you kind of get stuck after a while and you're not really losing the weight the way you would like to. And if you break it, you feel there's something wrong with you. We don't blame the diet, we blame ourselves. And we think, what's wrong? Other people, the people in the magazine seem to succeed. I can't succeed. Or you'll go on a keto diet that says carbohydrate is the devil. So if you ever eat an apple or a banana or an orange, there's something wrong with that. And you think, could I have bread or a bowl of cereal or something like that? And the diet says, no, you can't have any of these things. So what we've realized is that research has shown that we could turn this around. Instead of focusing on all the negatives, we can focus on certain foods that really love us back. Now, the scientific way I'm going to put it is there are 3 different things that foods can do for us, according to new scientific studies, which are super exciting. The first is certain foods tame your appetite. They fill you up, but at the point of satiety, you've eaten about 200 or 300 calories less than you would have otherwise eaten. Secondly, there are certain foods that trap calories. They go down your digestive tract, and like a sponge, they find calories you haven't absorbed yet. They carry them out with the waste before you can absorb them, and you literally flush these calories down the toilet. And the third thing is that there are foods that boost your calorie burn. They boost your metabolism. So for 3, 4, 5 hours after the meal, your body's just burning calories. And if you add it up, you discover that these foods do the work for you, and you're never counting calories anymore. You're not hungry anymore. You're not saying no to your favorite bread or sweet potato or whatever it is. And these foods love you back. So the science is in, and we're able to put this to work.
So I don't know if this is a reasonable summary, but in other words, when you start to eat lots of quote unquote the right foods, those typical rules of weight loss or dieting, quote unquote, can be somewhat discarded, I think is what you're saying. Correct me if I'm wrong.
That's exactly right. And certain foods are better than others. To be obvious, a potato versus a potato chip. The potato chips aren't as good as the potato because you've baked in lots of grease and so forth with it. And thinking more broadly, there are lots of foods that are better than others. 2015, Harvard researchers published what for me was a turning point. They tracked more than 100,000 people, and they looked at their diets, and they looked at their body weights. And they found that if you ate more of certain foods over time, if you increased your consumption of these foods, your weight would tend to go down over time. And just real quick, let me just give you these 6 of their big foods. Number 6 was the bean group: beans, peas, lentils. So that bowl of lentil soup was looking kind of good. Number 5 was the melon group, and that could be cantaloupes or watermelon, something like that. Number 4, citrus fruits: oranges, grapefruits, even orange juice seemed to work. Number 3 was green vegetables like spinach or, frankly, your morning salad, depending on what junk you put on the top of it. Number 2, cruciferous vegetables in specific, so broccoli, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts. And the number 1, the champion of weight loss foods of all, was this humble food, the berry, the blueberry. Blueberry, no, you don't eat one, you eat lots of them. Blueberries, raspberries, strawberries, and they're all in the top group. And we then started to understand what's in the blueberry, where does that blue color come from, and how could that affect your body weight? And if you put it to the test, does it really work? So those are all things that I'm writing about in the Power Foods diet that people can put to work for themselves.